advancing the power of education around the world. Welcome to the Cyanna Podcast.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Cyanna Podcast. Your host here again, Scott Shelton, Creative Director at Scholar House Media. Very excited to be joined today by the 3 interns from summer of 2022 at Cyanna Education Services. We have Che, Holly, and Anish here with us today. Guys, welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, so those mics, they sound so good. Awesome, guys. Well, I want to talk a little bit about your experience at Cyanna, but before we get into that, I want to learn a little bit about each of you and your backgrounds. Because you're all international students at Denison University. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, great. So, Che, we'll just go with you first. Give us a little bit of background. I know you're from South Korea, an ex-military man here studying in Ohio. So just give us a little bit about your background and your journey from the South Korean Armed Forces to becoming a student here in Ohio.
Okay, so I started off college in UIUC in Illinois.
Okay.
And after my freshman year, I went to the Korean military because it is required for all
That's right.
Korean male citizens to serve for about 21 months. That's when I would serve. It's 18 months now, I think. And after that, I decided to transfer to Denison. Illinois was amazing, but I just wanted a more personal connection with the professors.
A little plug for your current alma mater there. I like it. Okay. I'm sure they would love to hear that. Great.
And the classes are like 15 students, so I get to know everyone. And
it's a great campus too. It's a beautiful small town too, right?
Oh, definitely. Right. And I was attracted to that, so I just prepared for a year to transfer, and that's how I came to Ohio.
Gotcha. And so what's your major at Denison now?
I'm a data analytics major.
Data analytics, wow. Is that something that you're passionate about, or how did you choose that as your path?
So when I first started college, I was a computer science major. It was very interesting. I liked that. Mm-hmm. And I was interested in the data side as well. And when I looked into Denison, they offered a data analytics program, which is not offered by a lot in the United States. So that was attractive to me. So that's how I got into data analytics.
Awesome. So Holly, same question. Give us a little bit about your background and how you got to here today.
Sure. My name is Holly Duong. I'm from Vietnam, Hanoi, Vietnam, and I came here to Denison just because my family and I really like the idea of studying abroad. Mm-hmm. So ever since high school, I kind of just really prepared for study abroad. Mm-hmm. And Denison is a really good school because they obviously offers data analytics, which is also my major.
Oh, good.
And I just kind of like a really small school instead of a really big school or in a city, because I actually came from the capital city of Vietnam, and I kind of want to change up the environment a little bit and go for a really small school in a suburb area. And yeah, just basically that. And the reason I choose my major for data analytics, it's really just I like math and numbers, and I also like figuring out the data side. And I'm also majoring in economics as well, so I'm double majoring. And for economics, it's really just after my first semester of my freshman year, I took the intro to economics, and I really liked the class. So I figure maybe just double majoring, so have a more chance to get a job, I guess.
That's awesome. So how far along are you in your studies at Denison now?
Right. So right now I'm a rising junior.
Rising junior. Gotcha. Okay, great. All right. And then Anish, same question. Give us a little bit about where you're from and your journey to where we are today.
Absolutely. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Anish Gurcher. I am from New Delhi, India. It's the capital city. And my reason for coming here is kind of similar to you, Holly. It's the capital city, and I was kind of bored in the cities. So I figured maybe a small town college would be a much better option. And I always wanted to study computer science, just loved how it's going to change the world. But at the same time, there was a fun reason why I picked Denison particularly. So again, full disclosure, a lot of computer science students are not socially active. And I was like, I don't really like that. If I want to go into businesses ahead, I need to get more social. So I was like, Denison is the best place because I heard from somewhere that it's big on its parties. So
big on its parties. Okay, perfect.
So the whole week we grind, we hustle, and we really try to get everything done. And on the weekend, it's just different kind of social events, all different parties. Like the whole thing changes up, and I really
Work
like
hard,
that.
play hard, right?
Work
Okay.
hard, play hard.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And that was my reason for coming to Denison.
Gotcha. Awesome. So you're all at Denison, right? You're studying hard, and you get this opportunity to become an intern at Cyanna. So talk to us a little bit about what that process was like. Our friend Manny G has helped with the internship process in bringing in new international talent to this company. So maybe Holly, start us off. Talk to us about what getting this internship at Cyanna was like. What was that process like?
Right. So at the time, I was like applying for a lot of different opportunities, but of course I didn't hear back from them. But then I was kind of like already close to giving up. But then Knowlton Center announced that Cyanna is looking for interns, and we have an alum, which is Manny, that is going to be here for like a couple days for this career conference, and he's going to introduce and talk about opportunities at Cyanna. So I learned about that, and I attended the conference, and like I was really intrigued about the opportunities at Cyanna, and I just go up the website and basically applied, and I looked down. I applied for the research analyst intern position. And I really like the position because researching is one of my passions. It's really closely related to my major, which is data analytics. And I also like about this position is that it has a little bit of like economics aspect into it. So definitely a really great opportunity. And I just like how Knowlton Center obviously introduced me to this opportunity at Cyanna. And also we have Manny, which is a really great mentor to all of us. He's been helping me to get through since the interview process till now. So
That's great. So Che, you were first introduced to the company by Manny as well, right? Which many of us might not know. He started here as an intern as well. I believe the platform was called what? Handshake? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
So what was that like working with Handshake and applying as a potential intern?
So Handshake is the platform that enables you to apply. How I first heard about Cyanna was through the Knowlton Center, which is the career center at Denison, and it posted us about this opportunity that we had, and we held this meeting where Mark, our president at Cyanna, and Manny was in a video conference call, and he introduced us to the company, and that's how I learned about the company, and then I applied through the Handshake.
Nice. Anish, what was it like interviewing? As you have to kind of get yourself ready, you're probably a little nervous. You got to put your best foot forward. Maybe you're not nervous, but what was interviewing like at Cyanna?
I'd say interviewing was relatively easier for me simply because I was also somewhere in Holly's stage. I had applied a bunch of places, and I was a sophomore back then, so not a lot of sophomores get tech internships specifically because there are juniors applying for them. And just when I was applying online, it was kind of difficult. And then Knowlton Center comes and they say, we're going to have a live session with them. And then fun story, right, like 2 weeks after, they had an event in which Manny was a guest. And I had absolutely no interest going to the event, but I was like, this is the company I want to go to, and one of my supervisors is going to come. So I dress sharp, I go there, I do the personal interaction. So I kind of knew Manny even before the interview. I just got to know about him. And the in-person interview, therefore, relatively went easier.
Good. Yeah, it's always easier to interview in person.
Yeah.
A lot of what we had been through in 2020 and 2021, so much of it was online. So, yeah. So as you start to get introduced to Cyanna, the first weeks, the first days, as you're getting acclimated to our company, what was that like? What was your first impressions like? And Che, I'll start with you first. What was it like when you first were introduced to our company?
Oh, I was fascinated by the whole structure of the MCH.
Yeah.
So
Monte Christopher Holdings. Yeah.
Monte Christopher Holdings. There's Cyanna, Edvera, Scholar House Media, and it's an entire ecosystem,
Yep.
and it helps each other. It works together, and I was super fascinated about that.
Yeah. Interesting. Holly, what were your thoughts as you were, sort of being introduced to us as well?
I definitely agree with Che. I was super impressed by the whole system, but also given the whole system like that, everyone's super close. Like they all seems like a family. And the first day I walked in, I hearing all these introductions and presentations, but I can definitely get a sense of like everyone is a family here, and I feel really welcome. And it's really warming to know that everyone here is like ready to support you, and it's not as intimidating as I expected. So I really like the experience.
So we have multiple companies, right? There's Cyanna, there's Scholar House Media, there's Edvera, there's the Ed Lumina platform too, right? As you're starting to kind of navigate and find where you could potentially fit in, Anish, I'll start with you. What's it like finding where you might be a best fit, especially someone who is, younger, What's that like?
I feel like the most important thing is trying out before you actually decide. On our first day, Chris Eccles gave a really nice talk in which he said, try to provide as much value as you can. And that really touched me, because even though I onboarded as a software development intern, I was really, really, really fascinated by the structure of Monte Christopher Holdings. I was like, everything that I always wanted to do, just like trying my hands into design, trying my hands into development, into logistics, I could try it all over here. And while I'm still working as a software developer, I've worked with Scholar House a little bit. I am trying to work with other departments of MCH. And I am getting a more clearer idea day by day as to which fields I want to stick at and which I don't want to.
Holly, I'll go back to you. What do you think was some of the most beneficial moments of your internship now? Because it's starting to kind of wrap up, right? What were some of your favorite parts of this internship?
Yeah. I would say I definitely really appreciate the fact that I get to do a lot of different things at the same time. So I kind of like throughout this internship, I jumped around between a lot of different projects, working with clients and like just doing individual work and like collaborating with other interns. I really like that because it's really helped me enhancing my soft skills and also hard skills. I really appreciate that because, I mean, in other job opportunities, especially at school, I mean, I don't really get to do a lot of that, but in this internship, I really do get to like improve all aspects and also get to know a lot of other people, and they really help me get through all of that. So
great. Che, same question for you, and maybe even expound upon what your responsibilities were too. What was your experience like in this internship?
So my role is a software development intern, specifically for the Illumina team. One work that I've done is making a required fields task. So for every fields in the software, I need to make the fields required or not required, put an asterisk like the front end design stuff. And besides that, I've also been involved in different types of work, such as like quality assurance reports. I've been working with one client and also different kind of presentations. So I had a lot of different opportunities as well.
Great. How would you describe the overall experience?
Oh, it was amazing. And I get to work on stuff that I wasn't as strong in before, the soft skills, the presentation skills, in addition to like the hard skills as well.
Okay, great. Anish, what's your thoughts on your experience? Because you've worked in a variety of areas as well.
I would say it was a really, really nice experience, simply because one thing is just working at the company, and the other thing is actually learning and taking things away. And I always found myself sitting in different meetings, and while I'm taking notes for that meeting, at the side I'm also thinking like, these guys take notes in the meetings. I didn't know that was a thing. I should probably note that down, because I have like a small business on the side that I do. And then every time I see something cool, oh, this company's doing that. Maybe I can try doing this on my small project.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's interesting. So as we start to kind of wrap up here, do you guys have any final thoughts on your experience at Cyanna? Holly, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I would just say I really appreciate the opportunity coming here. I mean, I didn't have a lot of experience, obviously, because this is also my first internship. So, but the whole Cyanna team and MCH, everyone really helped me, just like welcome me and saying that if you have any issues, just come and ask. Everyone is like welcome to help. So, I mean, with given all the tasks and projects I've been really just educating myself a lot, not only on education and technology, which Cyanna focuses on, but also on like researching skills and just doing different types of analytics. And that just really helps enhancing my professional degree. So overall, this is a really nice experience. It's definitely a great opportunity to learn a lot about different things and learn how to work in a professional environment. So I super, super appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, that's great. Che, I'll turn it over to you. Any final thoughts on your experience, maybe not just at Cyanna, but in the American workforce, if you will?
I agree with Holly. Like, I've been exposed to so many different opportunities, and I also really like how everyone was super welcoming. They're willing to help. They'll reach out through like Slack or email or in person if I need anything, if I need any guidance. We're also invited to a lot of events that MCH has hosted, and it was amazing to be part of everything.
That's great. Anish, same question over to you.
Absolutely, completely agree with both of you. Really, really grateful for the company work culture and being a part of this family even beyond this internship. And I really like that they included all of us in other company meetings as well, at the Cherry Valley, at the social events, on the MCH Licking County rooftop thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
really
great.
good.
So looking ahead, Anish, I'm going to go right back to you. What's in the future for you? What's next for Anish as you look academically and even professionally?
I don't have much more planned out right now for academics per se. I am planning to end it after my bachelor's degree, but I'm really interested in VR space right now and the whole metaverse trend that's booming up. I really feel like this is the time of being a web developer back in 2004 when you could really change this.
Yep.
And that's what I'm planning to work on while also getting other 360-degree experiences.
Great. Holly, what's next for you?
Yeah, academically, I think for sure right now focusing on finishing my bachelor degree. I'm also maybe in the future I might also go to grad school, but that's definitely in the future. I don't know. But professionally, I'm really currently interested in consulting, so I might have to like maybe try out to see how it goes. But also definitely keep working on researching and data analytics stuff, which is really my passion. But yeah.
Great. Che, what's next for you?
So I'm a rising senior, so I have a few data analytics core courses left. And after graduation, because of the nature of my major, which is data analytics, it can be applied to many different fields. So I wish to use my data analytics skills and also my CS background to start working. And that's for the near future.
Great. So what we have ahead of us next, this is not the end yet, though, although we are getting close. Next week, you guys are involved in a startup competition. Anish, can you tell us a little bit about what that is and what we might expect from that project?
Absolutely. So it's called the Mch Think Tank. Really wonderful name. And the whole purpose of that is that while MCH has a lot of older perspectives, they wanted to get a perspective from what the younger people think. And they asked us to come up with any startup idea with a very restrictive funding limit of $250,000. And you have to make the whole business plan. You have to look at how big the market is, what your solution's going to be, and propose a business plan in a way in which MCH can probably invest in this and hopefully get their money back in 2 or 3 years. And this can be the next big thing.
So now there's teams, right? So are you guys on the same team? Now there's a couple other interns in the MCH family as well. I don't know that they go to Denison though, right?
No.
Okay, this is the Denison crew. All right, now is it Team Denison against those guys, or how are the teams all split up?
So Che and Anish is in one team.
Okay.
I'm in a team with the other two interns.
Oh, well, division. Okay. Che, who do you think is going to win?
Don't disappoint me.
I would like to say it's us, but
Well, I can't wait to see it because we're actually going to be in the room for the final presentations, almost like Shark Tank, right? And there will be voting and points, and we will be recording the entire session and sharing that online as well too. So on behalf of Cyanna and the entire MCH family of companies, we have heard nothing but great things about you guys. Really been great having you a part of this team, and really can't wait to see what's next for all three of you. So guys, thanks for your time today.
thanks so much.
Thanks guys.